A new high-tech excavator is born in record time. The 23-ton monster SY215, built in just 24 hours. The Lingang Mega Excavator Factory. Robots and machines reign supreme here. Their value, 375 million euros. State-of-the-art technology, put to work by highly trained specialists, produce astonishing output. A new high-tech excavator rolls off the line here every 10 minutes. This is mega manufacturing. One of the largest and most advanced excavator factories in the world. Built from scratch here in the greater Shanghai industry zone at a cost of €500 million. Sany, the Chinese market leader, manufactures new high-tech excavators here. Up to 40,000 each year at full production. The goal, to dominate the global market. To help them achieve this, the bestseller in the mid-range segment, the model SY215. Its price, 110,000 euros. Reach, 9.57 meters. Digging force, 138 kilonewtons. The Lingang site, almost 1 million square meters in size. The manufacturing operation, split between 3 buildings. And it all starts here, at the back of Building 1. Monday morning, 10 o'clock. A semi-trailer loaded with 75 tons of steel. Value of the delivery, 32,000 euros. Chief Engineer Xu Bin inspects the goods. His team will use the steel to construct high-quality excavators capable of operating for over 20,000 hours under the most extreme conditions. Chief Engineer Xu is satisfied. Production of the new vehicles can begin.
This simple steel plating is where it all starts. A perfectly coordinated production chain begins. Washing, cutting to length, forming, shaping, welding, coating, and finally assembly. This basic raw material is transformed into a state-of-the-art machine. It makes me proud.
250 cutting-edge robots and machines will soon turn the steel plating into high-tech excavators. They work with extreme accuracy, down to the micrometer. In order to ensure this level of precision, the rust must first be removed. Just 15 seconds later, everything's smooth and processing can begin. The birth of the new excavator. The steel plating is transferred to a precision plasma cutting machine. In just one operation, nearly 100 individual parts emerge blinking into the world, all produced from a single plate. Supervisor Liu Minyong must rigidly adhere to the specified cutting pattern. But there's a problem. The steel plate isn't lying perfectly straight. Supervisor Liu must now realign the plate exactly, or the machine will cut beyond the edge. The consequence? Delays in the production chain and a loss of several thousand euros.
The plate of steel was slightly askew. The machine now has to compensate for this. If the steel plate is cut at an angle, the shapes won't be right. We have to reconfigure the machine, there at the front and back, so that the plate is no longer askew for the robot.
默认它会倾斜的。
At last, the plasma cutter starts up. No more corrections can be made now, or all parts will be imperfect and unusable. An arc cuts through the 80-millimeter thick plate of steel using electrically conductive gas. The temperature at the cutting site, 30,000 degrees Celsius. The big advantage of the plasma method, the cutting speed is 4 times faster than with a conventional cutting torch, which leads to increased overall productivity and accuracy. 20 square meters of raw steel produce 180 individual parts for the excavator. The operation takes just 7 minutes. Supervisor Li Yu is on target. The material waste, not even 3%. He cuts over 7,000 individual parts in a single shift. They'll be collected for further processing at the allotted time, in order to meet the strict targets set by the company management. The task, to produce a new excavator every 10 minutes. The cut parts continue on their journey over a public road to building number 2. That's where the state-of-the-art welding plant is located. Robots have taken over almost complete control here. Humans are only responsible for starting the processes. Then they hand over to the pre-programmed experts. Humans begin to clamp the various cut parts of the undercarriage and fixings. This is just the preparatory work. The actual welding operation is performed by the robots. Human precision here is of paramount importance. The machines on the welding line may be fast and accurate, but if the parts are clamped incorrectly, they can't do anything about it. This is the central element of the future excavator, the slew ring. This is where the rotating superstructure and the undercarriage connect. On the inside, a ring gear with 120 teeth, and a sprocket with 12 teeth that drives the assembly. The excavators can turn on their own axis. The slew ring is subjected to enormous forces. The connection must remain stable even under a load of 4 tons. The workers have just 10 minutes to join the components with millimeter precision. The parts are temporarily fixed with 10-centimeter tack welds. Then, the robots take over. From now on, human involvement is restricted to control purposes only. The cutting-edge welding plant cost 40 million euros. The investment has long since paid for itself. The robots' work is not only more precise than a mere mortal's, they're also twice as fast. The first step, the slew ring is placed on the middle section of the undercarriage. The flame at the welding point, 1,700 degrees Celsius. "32 robots have replaced 24 human workers in this production step. The workmanship is now faultless and utterly precise. Automation has increased the longevity of the excavators enormously, an important criterion for the Chinese to prevail in the competitive international market. Transport from one station to the next. Industrial accidents were commonplace here in the past, when the roughly 3-ton parts were still being moved by workers using cranes and chains. This danger has now been completely eliminated, saving human lives. The undercarriage consists of 3 elements: the middle section, on which the slew ring now sits, and 2 lateral sections. This is where the track system will be mounted later on. The excavator is propelled by 2 sprocket wheels on each side. The track plates dig up to 3 centimeters deep into the ground. The giant machines have to maintain their grip even on inclines of 70%. The final section of the welding line. The 3 elements of the undercarriage are joined. Humans, once again, only required for the preparatory work. Across the factory as a whole, increasing automation has led to a 1/3 reduction in the workforce, while simultaneously increasing output, and with it, the profit too. Every movement the machines make is electronically recorded. If the robot remains motionless for even a second, the company's control department registers the downtime immediately. The control center responsible for the mega excavator factory lies almost 100 kilometers to the northwest of Lingang, at Sany's Kunshan facility. This is where the real-time performance data is gathered. The controllers also have access to the cameras monitoring the robot line. The images are fed to a 40 square meter display. Pan Ruigang and his team analyzed the data for the purpose of further increasing profit. The consolidated annual profit last year was around 600 million euros. If more orders are received, Deputy Director Pan ramps up the production speed. If individual machines are offline, he adjusts the production schedule accordingly.
They have over 30 welding machines in Lingang, and I have all the data for these machines here. Everything is linked via the RED network. For instance, we can monitor a Panasonic welding machine here. It's been powered up for 2.26 hours today and been in operation for 1.78 hours. Its operational readiness is 96.81%, and actual operating quota is 78.87%. Its power consumption is 17.30 kilowatt per hour. As you can see, we have all the key data at our fingertips.
A masterpiece of internal data management. Back to the factory in Lingang. The distance by car, a good hour's drive. Exchanging data between the sites takes just a few milliseconds.